Hello, New Prairie. This is Paul White, your superintendent. I hope this video finds that you're enjoying the warm weather and gearing up for a great end to our school year. I wanted to just take a moment and share some thoughts about an online survey that we're going to be sending out. The school board and I are interested in gathering more input. We're well aware that this particular time in public education, both for us in our area, our state, and in our nation, there are a lot of challenges that maybe are at an intensity level that none of us have seen in the past, whether it's staffing shortages or challenges working with students in the community, or the pressures that are placed on us by our state or federal government. The combination of those things seem to be at a culmination at this point. So the school board and I are interested in gathering information in what we're calling a job satisfaction survey. We are interested in gathering more information about what we can do as New Prairie United Schools to find new and better ways to support the success of all of our employees. The surveys will be anonymous, and they have explicit questions, including multiple places where you could submit comments and ideas. The survey data will be reviewed by the school board and myself to determine appropriate action steps moving forward to put our school system in a better place to support you and your success. I wanted to conclude by saying this. As I've been reflecting on the challenges that we're all facing in our different areas of work and support of students in our school system, I'm reminded that I think one of the challenges of our work is that ultimately our efforts to support students can often feel on a daily and weekly basis that we're not making a lot of progress, or it can feel like we don't see the tangible fruits of our labor or results of our work in the improvement in positive forward progress of students sometimes. And I think that can be a challenge. Other lines of work out there maybe have more tangible short-term results or gratifying successes that you might see. And sometimes in our work, those efforts take more of a long-term process to see that success. I was recently reminded of this. I had the opportunity to spend some time with a student that I worked with in Southern Indiana almost 20 years ago. He is nearly 40 years old now, very successful in both his professional and personal life. And what was striking about that in the time I spent with him is that he was a student that had significant challenges as a middle and high school student when he was in that phase of his life. I had the opportunity to work with him as a teacher, an administrator, and as an extracurricular sponsor. So he was a student that I came to understand full well the challenge that he and his family were facing. And there were many days, both academically, behaviorally, in his extracurricular activities, that there were times where it seemed like we were making absolutely no progress with the student. And in reality, as I spent time more recently with essentially a very successful adult of many years now, I was just taken by what a success and product he is of public schools in our state. And the fact that every facet of the school system came around him to support him in his success due to challenges within his personal, family, and community life. School bus drivers got him to and from school on a daily basis. Nutritional services provided meals for him on a daily basis that sometimes might have been a challenge otherwise. The health services staff filled in and provided medical needs when sometimes the school was the only place where he was receiving that. Custodial and maintenance staff kept track of a beautifully renovated new facility in that community that provided a safe place for him that he often wasn't able to enjoy in his local home or community. I could go on and on with other employee groups, the teachers, administrators, and counselors and social workers that came around him to sort of creatively find solutions on a daily basis. Instructional assistants that provided extra academic support for him on a weekly basis, administrators who thought out of the box to try to come up with creative solutions, and then his coaches and sponsors who went the extra mile to provide some extra engagement and motivation Frankly, sometimes provide a reason why it was the only reason why we were staying in school. And I can't help but reflect of the seeds that all of us planted in him nearly 20 years ago, and to see him be so successful now. But there were so many days back then that we didn't see that tangible success in the moment, and it felt like we weren't getting anywhere with the student. And then to see his success 20 years now, he is a national leader in the field of work that he is in, and is a thriving family, and is a really outstanding member of his community and a leader. And it really is an example of the success we can have in public schools. And I know New Prairie has hundreds, if not thousands, of very similar local success stories that all of you have planted seeds and come around students. And over a course of time, from getting a student to school, making sure the student's fed or has medical services or has a clean and safe environment to be in, or has the technology necessary. That student that we worked with, the only access to modern technology that he had was through the school system, and the technology staff had a significant factor in being a part of that. All of us come together to support a student in that way, in ways that it's not always noticeable on a day-to-day basis. It can feel like that progress, maybe we don't see it tangibly. But I want to end by just encouraging us to remember that the seeds that we plant in students on a daily basis will and do have a long-term impact 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now. And I think personally, and why I continue to love this work and stay in this work, I think that those seeds of daily and weekly investment in students and the long-term results that we end up seeing from that, I think they outweigh the challenges that exist in our work. And I continue to be excited about coming to work and tackling those challenges. And it's why we're so interested in the job satisfaction survey that we have sent you recently, because we want to gather more information, we want to understand better, and we want to come up with new ways that we could support you to ultimately fulfill our mission of supporting high levels of learning for all students. So I hope this gives you sufficient background with the survey. I hope there's a little bit of motivation in the story that I told, and I want to encourage you to keep plugging away and keep providing that daily seeds of positive support for students in all the different ways that all of our employee groups in the school system support students. And we hope we can carry on and support you in that work. And we look forward to a great end of the school year, and look forward to the data from the surveys to provide even better action steps and opportunities to move forward next school year. Thank you.